conversations they've had, 90% of you have not had that experience. They just want the right thing to be done. It is not just that obi tan obi. We don't hate anybody. We should be disappointed at each other. Ahemfo, Queen Mothers, Asorin Penifo, we have to be disappointed. We need to bow our heads down in shame. We should be worried. Eden and the Ghana need abra okowu. Are we insane? We have all the opportunities to correct problems. They are there. We should do it. The right thing shouldn't be done. That is why we are here. Men say, "About you will be woo." A woman is pregnant. She needs to deliver and just have herself and have a baby. They need to survive. Or be woo. The carelessness of a politician. Just to open a chip compound, just to open a clinic. The opponent to see John Mohammed Tenny and this year when I found for into hospital never save Ghana Nina or tell Santimemune amount of power. No, he will never put it to work. Are we insane? Why do we keep these people in power? Why are we not getting these things? These are basic. Building cathedral, fulfillment of Nana's Ofori artist wish for God. Ekuro kitikete di krono. Mr. Boachi di krono. No chi taxi o di Jersey o. Ne bro fro kano. Broni bi anka bro fo sa. Sa ebu akwa hene no that. And no God and something. Broni papa bi anka sa bro fo ni bi o. Canada Japan bro free be taxi drivers bro for you gonna lie the first light yeah and America bro for and no John for bro for into the other one or table one or the good asha say dem kan no kaka sanko asem no obedi ma mematem no or in America bro for papa bi na okan o taxi o mu twi no New Jersey and o da betena so o hene o ka bro for o nti bro for papa bia Boache Mr. Boache o see cathedral no Ekufuado cathedral na osi no monkwasiafo monkama no ntum efise na Ekufuado nana opeso osi cathedral intende Ekufuado si cathedral monkwasiafo na mo Ghana monkama no ntum sa Mr. Boachi no an on na ka chemo so oyebu akwa dikro we taxi driver for bro for no kan on ti bro for bro ni papa bia no kasa bro for bi are going to go and the Lord and the on nim bro for bia ka o de hunahuna mo so ti ekurase e no di dikro into the hunahuna mo kurase for de na ti bro on ti kapre de o kan on ti ntro yenim mo yenim wa mu nyina junkies no wa mo nya papa bia yenim mo nyina into see cathedral na yesi Ghana no Mr. Boachi ebu akwa dikro no say kuro no me charge a na me nom eyensu papa betuma dunso afa ho nyina papa bi anim ekurase to no se e no o kantan omoso because nkurase for no doors wa kantan omoso o yo hene kase onya hene kase bia o ye dikuro odi gen okuro so kuro ketu bi no odi so mama man sa status no GMP sika na ewiade ma no enti me benya position a e wa ban ma masiu no o criminal because wa get taxpayers money it wasn't right emrane ma ho kwan enti o hene we me be president na me jail in be 30 years na we ohun wia kura na me jimi ane ne sika na agege no PNDC GMP sika no na wa betama kwa kodi birthday na oboda o papa de kire Ghana obi betuma tena kroma say ai America for omo taxes ya agege no wagege sika na kodi birthday wo bodam na wo papa na ti o na papa de America o papa nkwa na wo agege America enti saka sa ohini we ebu akwa hini odikro we kame ka obedem be 30 years light ko hu bi da kame treating sa Afghanistan prisoner. Sa papa we are wabeji GMP sika ko di birthday no millions me think I calculate every month bia me times 10 and me think ko be dem ka wia ko hu bi da na nka de tu sa omo ofori panyinfo na asefo no ye de tu omo fo se panyini agimi a mankola no so munsu agimiye because me no tie Ghana ni bi akowu me te say Kumewood actor bako ne yira akowu ende ye nwu today yes college o say comfort the act comfort no ne yire beautiful wife wako hospital akowu 2022 wewu akora na wu mama mi na wu in Ghana in the wiase 22 so obeti so obi ewu America okowu a na je say nipa na nkasa no bebia wodu no hospital no krampo no you should know either sa akora no on survival first near awo na unya nwo ya tena krom ha amende ohene ya tam sika abranke betu di sika si hospital papa ama nipa etumenya better facilities kwasi afo ne atam GMP sika mo no di birthday amu di birthday adentra ya busuafo na eye pastors eye president in kwasi ade inti yanyina yenya din na yantam GMP sika ema kwasi ampanyi bi nkodi yanyina ya taxes na ye ma menem ye owia no adan no wale num kankaka se ye ne ye criticize kwasi afo we no omo aya beifo ma wabobodam ma ana munyina na mobodam ohu muso ana magimi munyini na mobodam asem we ubie wa no ka after taking GMPC money muso ana magimi munyini na mobodam munyini na mobodam and they are we're losing a year, losing a ba. Kwasi bia GMPC sika no anka betumi a build a better facility ma nipa awafa no ho afa ne ba ya moa adentra ofu ibi frantomanti odi nkwasi asema ya nso so ne so hwie tetere na nka menya mo adidi o ya mma mo sa space ni biem sa nkwasi space no enti o ka kire mo se sa cathedral de kufu adu si no ono ohene na odi kuro bi na wo no se ekufu adu nana ebi hye nyankopon bo se obesi cathedral enti ende ekufu adu yesi cathedral yanye din sa nkofo we mu this disease of a human being we mu nipemu lies we can kure omo agenda bi so mba say Ghana no just to please themselves no bi de ka se me nkrowa obi na beka se munye tum na munya nkrowa obi na beka se mo de mu be owiase bi ma ne nkoso eye mo amusu ene mo ban konkonsa ene ahoya antina mamo aye sa no it is not our fault. You cannot impose your that self-esteem na munni no on anybody. Because what I am seeing now from these achimfo ketua we ni say nyom nyina san ketua we say self-esteem omo ni bi inferiority complex omo yan nkrowa tuntum nipa omo ni trimi into omo life nyina say mente sem a ye be make sure say you will force you to be slaves and no omo ye no they don't fit anywhere. This group of miscreants, they don't fit anywhere. So inferiority complex me, they don't have that confidence into who everybody's an enemy. They think that everybody should bow to them. No. Eya musu ene mo ban ene obra mo ma no papa no mabo. Sa mo nana JB dan koma no mo ye snitches. Omo be di kwa me nkron akonkonsam yeku. Omo su ban na mafa bedru ha. Enye ne build ye, mo na mo build ye. So you cannot impose that abrabono on us. No, we will not. You people don't own Ghana. Ghana kramponi ya chichire no mo na mo wahe. Omo mo chichire Ghana kra no, omo nkasa mo na mo wahe. Mo firi na baaye. Why in the Ghana nankasa move jina hefa? Where is your constituency in Ghana? Most of the paketua we are for stubborn musketeers, criminal cartel. Where do you belong? Maya mo nkruwa sa achim police enkwasiade munyina munyitriwin. Munyina obi ani triwin se abomu duo se eye die yo se eye beyi yo munyina munyitriwin enkwasiade nkwa. Wodwa Kevin Taylor nyase wo medwuno meni brabra metia no ese me medwuno oforiata asem ya esi cathedral no and link here to the story calculation and the abesha no. I wanted to link the cathedral. Now I'm who the kind of people omu di musunde omu from who so omu achim for achim sakawa ebuakwa dikuru for den enkwala no mebe chemo how they can lie and why Ken Oforiata ni MPP for we know they are dangerous. And when Ken Oforiata came to meet the committee, ad hoc committee in parliament, me say we are Ghana ni na Ken Oforiata catch say, or the nyami din ekasa, or the quotation ekasa, nasa ujidia with Jimmy. Ken Oforiata or the most dangerous person in Ghana. Yeka obia on kano krea uchantro. Ken Oforiata. Ken Oforiata has been exposed to the core. Majority of Ghanaians now know the kind of person Ken Oforiata is. Bible ne kutane de when we say Jimmy and OUC, he does not believe what is in it. Every time you be opportunity, when we say any Ghana for do ne say Christopher, ye Jimmy do no Jimmy, until he will always play or he will touch where at the end of the day a mamu who say or ye nipa et somewhere. Kenoforiata does not believe in any word he says. The CEO committee national Ghana for you the kind of person Kenoforiata or one person is very snobbish. So when I juma da bongo or a very rude guy. How Kenoforiata sibia otie. Outside, what he put outside, is something to just win you people your little brains. The real Kenoforiata, he does not give a heck about you. The real Kenoforiata, sa Bible ne kutano, he has learned what we call a confident trickster jumano. Onim say yani be before Ghana for the Jimmy. When you hold the Bible, you can tell somebody to stab their wife, they will do it. Or the Bible he does not believe what is in the Bible. Kenoforiata is dangerous to the point, or you're so greedy. They all know, say, if you tempt him, he will look like Ochinobewu, but Ubewejano. What he does best, and they say, he's very good at lying, and in the process of lying, all that he does is they say, he makes you find favor with him. And people like that, they call them, they are cunning. They are very deceptive. In this now we can oh man, wait there. They be all kasa or the nyamidin bem. Wait there on kasa bote or ni papa. Kenoforiata is one person who does not respect humans. Kenoforiata mumusa se MPP na also or your partner the constituency way. You can say the constituency way here. And he no beka say I started with this person in MPP. Kenoforiata, he was contracted by Kufuor and his family to come and help them steal professionally. Kenoforiata to me say I belong to this constituency. I was here in 1910 when this was organized. He does not associate himself with the MPP. So when Kenoforiata he does not make reference to the roots, the party, the fundamentals. No, Kenoforiata is always here. He's always talking about how they will make their money. Those are more MPP are some. So he does not have any constituency. He does not care. Kenoforiata was brought in by these Achim Sakawa Tarzans to come and dupe you. Why be that? Snit. Obotan deal no or the almost 5 billion or the Janiko Abrochile. I showed you a forensic audit report. Kenoforiata has been doing this for years, and he has been an international criminal. What he's doing to you people today, no, but now you saw a little bit of his attitude during time and Okuja to Ablakwa any Rawlings Ebusan question. You saw it. It almost came out. At a point he flipped, but people didn't see. He is the real Kenoforiata Muhuyan. You saw the face. You saw his body language. I can pay every single member of parliament and I'll still be richer than you fools asking me questions. So he underestimated everybody asking him questions. The body language and the way he was looking at them. Say, you are just talking. I have the money. He does not respect Ghanaians. Say Otigana for him no mokasa shebi na oye he's doing us a favor. Kenoforiata has never willingly decided to speak to us and tell us anything a problem. He does not care. So he's just doing business. He was contracted by Kufuor who owes him to come and make sure says sikano mu lose yeni nyina on na ebusuan why be paying on na what made you put snit paying. He knows how to talk in a way you might think or stable and somebody will save you. Kenoforiata is a dangerous human being, and we will share proceedings so we analyzing the Edru baby, that attitude came out. It came out, but he's also very conscious of his environment. Because he has built a character here. So why not smarter? Who the real character? But people like us, when we look at Kenoforiata, where Kenoforiata or who he is, and then Zanata Ebusa Kenoforiata questions, that is where Kenoforiata's real character came out. And you see, he got so furious to the point he didn't even want to utter a word. Because if he had moved on a little bit, everybody will marvel. But he's so smart. He's been doing this for long. He does not make those basic mistakes. On just silly mistakes, he holds it. Because he has stolen from you. He has it. It will take you a lot for you to break him. So even at the level where he is so crazy and angry, he will still hold he will fold his fist like this and hold it in because the diamond is with him. You can push him to the wall, he will not act. But that day, the body language, the way he ignored the questions, he made them to understand and say, I am Kenofurata, you can do foco. And as we sit here, one shot, go back and watch the proceedings. You will see the real Kenofurata character. Only Kenofurata on can home by MPP for who? Almost over Jimmy. Kenofurata who MPs in your Jimmy for. He does not respect them. He sees them like dumb people. They are doing politics. They don't even understand what they are doing. And it's hardly you will see Kenofurata associating himself with MPP because he knows the party was built out of criminality. They came to take what they think they lost. Into Onono, he has been contracted to do his job and he's doing it perfectly. The judiciary is behind him. The executive is behind him. And yet the parliament, the legislature, and MPP, they are behind him. Into so the question whether he's guilty. He does not care. All that he needs to do is maintain. All that he does is maintain because the outside picture is better. So he has created a picture and given to you people. So it's so hard for some people to accept the second area. But in our history, he's the worst finance minister and he's the biggest criminal in the history of Ghana. He's a liar. Bible will weigh for a very long time because he has been doing this for years. He knows how to deal with you people. Now, my mention, my dear, the National Cathedral. No, almost say àģain. Almost say Ekufuado na ashe Onyankopon bo from the beginning. Yes, I'm catching. And I'm young for Captain Smart. Ekoswa cement is Ekufuado Nkwangosi National Cathedral. From the beginning, the NPP Kenofurata Ekufuado, they told us on record, say this cathedral was not going to be built by the government of the republic, and that the cathedral was going to be built by the people who believe in the cathedral. The Christian community, private entities, people who want to support the work of God. So from the beginning, Nana Danko Ekufuado, the day he cut sword for the cathedral, say this cathedral is not going to be paid by the government of Ghana, and that was shown Pombo, and that philanthropists, investors, people outside the country, diaspora, they will be doing what? Making sure this cathedral is built. Remember, cathedral obu eye àģain eguye. That is causing financial loss to the state. One. About 16 to 20 houses or 30 houses. These were houses belonging to judges. John Mahama Nesiye. And also Obesi Cathedral. So one, if Ekufuado wanted to build cathedral, why didn't he go buy his own land somewhere to build this cathedral? But the BB Tumutrim and almost started here. We were here in Washington, D.C. And Ekufuado says a good plane, first class. Or this is a journalist, first class. And my own papa was part of it. Other pastors. Or about Washington, D.C. Here he told them the cathedral is going to be built by Christians, not the government of Ghana. Now the day Ekufuado cut sword for the cathedral, listen. Yanya 3 videos we are who say Kenofurata no namono or he does not speak truth. But we lose focus quickly. And John Mahama can you refinya mantem. We lose focus. John Mahama was trying to tell us, Mama, you refinya mantem. So no quite a mistake. Mama refi. Now more call forward. You need to be vigilant. You should not forget things easily. Mama refinya because the more we refinya mantem, that time now refinya mantem and a man for taking advantage of you. You refinya mantem tina ende yawaha. And nitina ni with the importance of e-block. And nitina ni with the importance of Ķhè market. And nitina with the importance of all the airports Mahama ye. And nitina with the importance of all the infrastructure, chip compounds. And because you refia the entem. Sanke you refin the entem and yoman tama anka yenduha anka stopping kofowe 2016. But Jemensa Beifono, because he's also part of this. Boss Mason and also said Prekubano. He's also part of this. So they took the people's will from them. Now take your time. You video miensa. Ekufuado, Oforiata, Nyabo Trinity. And you see where we are. Bible ne the book keke. Sa quotation ne verses no ye tro. Humi bia to mi bia nim. Because we say yene Christo for do ne Jimmy. And intina eya nkofo omu use Presby Church eya impenifo mu die nim no. They are more intelligent, honest Christians omu Presby asori mu. But they bia MPP aban we mu no. Omu use Presby moderators no because omu mo Jimmy. They have used eya papa ba kono e friend said no. Marty and the winner Parkinson and Chobewu and the Wasabe show ye Christian Council chairman no or also Jimmy no. They know how to manipulate Christians. They use their leadership to manipulate them. Christoni Presbyterian adwuwo fie no san kwase leadership we obeka setia. But let's put that aside. Let us listen to Ken Ofori-Atta from the beginning. Ekufuor the sought for cathedral. This is what he said. Let's listen.
From colonial rule, and it is also the day the Lord has appointed for us to do the work we're going to do here this morning. I've believed for a very long time that there was a missing link in our national architecture, and that is we did not have a national cathedral, interdenominational in nature, where all Christians would gather on formal occasions of the state. Anniversaries like today, the inauguration of presidents, the death of presidents, other national occasions, and in the solemnity of a cathedral, give thanks to the Almighty. What we have attempted to do today is to begin the process of filling in that gap. We're going to cut the sword today, and I know that in other countries, projects of this nature have taken sometimes a century, others in other places even centuries. And I'll pray to the eminent clergy who have agreed to form the board of trustees of this project that it will not be so long in our case. Amen. The idea is for the state of Ghana to bequeath the land to the project on which we are, and for the financing and funding of the project to come from within the Christian community and the community of all believers in Ghana. That's the project that we have, and we are calling on the Almighty today to and for the financing and funding of the project to come from within the Christian community and the community of all believers in Ghana. That's the project that we have, and we are calling on the Almighty today to bless this project. And for the financing and funding of the project to come from within the Christian community and the community of all believers in Ghana. That's the project that we have, and we are calling on the Almighty today to bless this project so that it will stand as a monument of the Ghanaian nation's continuing and eternal gratitude to him for the favors that he continues to shower and bestow on our nation. The gesture is one of thanksgiving, and that will live with us through the ages. I'm grateful to the eminent clergy who assembled.
So that is the president when I was about to cut the sword for National Cathedral. Or make a very important statement. He will say the financing and the funding of the project. Or say Odikaka said the state is giving the land. The state àģain no the assassin member. But the funding and financing no is going to come from the Christian communities and coming from believers in Ghana, the Christian believers in Ghana, or all believers in Ghana. So are very emphatic. They na ne cut sword no. Or say àģain the assassin ma cathedral way. And also funding will come from the Christian community and all believers in Ghana. Meaning the project was going to be solely funded by Christians and believers, not the government. And even the day Nana Ocha Sodono, the president lied. He lied about Cathedral Nankasa Yebecha Sod Nisino. Because Kacha say, Enyamina Mikaye, Mutifin or say funding no assassinate your àģain edema, na the sika some edebe si cathedral no, a Christopher, any believers, different religious believers from Ghana no, na ebe fande. Senka àģain di sika beshema anke Kufuor baby no. Now, this is what the Kufuor said. Moment Ken Ofori-Atta in parliament. We are na mabebe chiremo. Sanko Fowi intra omudi. Why? Alban Bagbin was not even in the first place. Refer Ken Ofori-Atta to a committee. Anytime say Alban Bagbin save Kanoforiata because he's in this with Ekufuado. He knows what he's doing. He knows he wants to protect criminals, and he did it. Into moment take Kanoforiata or present a budget in Parliament. Did he also say believers na ebe fande and also can say Ghana government and fande? This is Kanoforiata.
Providing the land, the secretariat, and some seed money for the preparatory phase. Mr. Speaker, the President is determined that the building of the National Cathedral would not put undue financial burden on the state. He has therefore proposed a partnership between the state and the Ghanaian Christian community, both at home and in the diaspora. The formal launch of this national fundraising campaign is slated for December 28, 2018 in Ghana and February 2019 in the US. The National Cathedral Partnership Framework operationalizes and indeed is a practical expression of the social partnership envisaged to foster participatory development of country as our collective goal. This, we hope, Mr. Speaker, will be counted as righteousness for the nation. Mr. Speaker, the Creative Arts Industry Bill is in the land, the secretariat, and some seed money for the preparatory phase. Mr. Speaker, the President is determined that the building of the National Cathedral would not put undue financial burden on the state. He has therefore proposed a partnership between the state and the Ghanaian Christian community, both at home and in the diaspora. The formal launch of this national fundraising campaign is slated for December 28, 2018 in Ghana and February 2019 in the US. The National Cathedral Partnership Framework operationalizes and indeed is a practical expression of the social partnership envisaged to foster participatory development of country as our collective goal. This, we hope, Mr. Speaker, will be counted as righteousness.
So, Kanoforiata too goes to Parliament. And I'll say, àģain will give land and some seed money. Uti Ekufuado no, or say the cathedral was going to be funded and financed by religious groups and believers in Ghana. Kanoforiata goes to Parliament, or say, àģain bema asase, Ekufuado can the same thing. And also the best show say, àģain sabema seed money. That means that money is going to come from us. But from the beginning, they made us believe 100% said the cathedral no enya Ghana government ya coffers mun ye koyiska enya taxpayer and ebabetua religious believers and the Christendom, those who believe in that project. Inti Ghana the betum dia mama no asase president wanka seed money o. But Kanoforiata about parliament no or see asase any seed money. How much is the seed money? He has not answered that question. Now moment take Kanoforiata at the committee and what he said.
Honorable co-chairs, as finance minister, I'm fully aware of the approval procedures for use of the contingency fund and have not breached its requirements. The National Cathedral is 100% owned by the state and is not the President's cathedral as described by the proponents. Indeed, the Attorney General issued an opinion on 6 January 2022 that the National Cathedral is a state-owned company limited by guarantee under the Ghana Museums and Monuments Board. Honorable co-chairs, the policy direction and updates on the National Cathedral have been publicly presented over the years through the National Budget Statement and Economic Policy presented to Parliament. Co-chairs, as Finance Minister, I'm fully aware of the approval procedures for use of the contingency fund and have not breached its requirements. The National Cathedral is 100% owned by the state and is not the President's cathedral as described by the proponents. Indeed, the Attorney General issued an opinion on 6 January 2022 that the National Cathedral is a state-owned company limited by guarantee under the Ghana Museums and Monuments Board. Honorable co-chairs, the policy direction and updates on the National Cathedral have been publicly presented over the years through the National Budget Statement and Economic Policy presented to Parliament.
So, now he goes in front of the committee. I say, the National Cathedral no, it's been in the budget because they've taken money from the contingency fund, but it is not against the law. So at the committee level, he admits that they have taken money from our money to build a cathedral. From the beginning, the president said the cathedral was going to be funded by the Christians and people, the believers. The only thing the government was going to do was to give land. Kanofurata comes to parliament, present budget, and tells government that the National Cathedral, they are going to give land and also give seed money. The president didn't mention that because from the beginning, the president said no government money. Then he goes on to say it's going to be a partnership framework when he was presenting the budget. Now he comes in front of the committee, then he says that he has taken money from the contingency fund or vote and that it is not against the law. And these are the people we sit in Ghana. And then you get people sitting on Twitter, on Facebook, on TV, and they will say, Kenofurata still deserves to be the finance minister. Ekufuado still deserves to be the president. Adentira Obusi Cathedral. So Christoni Ejiramenimi Kachem said, you hate Ekufuado. You hate the word of God. You hate cathedral because Omuye clean people. They are mad. They are criminals. Omuye Jimmy. I've played 3 videos from these people, and every statement they make about the cathedral is contradictory. Every statement from these 3 people, these 2 people, the Kenofurata de Biamose or Kanokre or the Bible on Kanokre, he's a liar. Ask yourself, say, who say we are Minister of Finance? Nasa wunji payer, near Kasi Empewa, why don't you walk? A child be the ho. A child sebio, weja o 9, and on peso be able to say, weja o 90, in one snabedi, which was sorry, I be weja o 9. Because in the first place, Kenofurata catches on G-Pay. You should even be pissed off and walk because you have data bank that is doing well for you to manage. So why is Kenofurata still insisting that he does not want to move? It is because he's using you people to fund or to fuel his business. Into the fight now or fight no, he is somebody at the Jubilee House. They are telling him not to walk because they owe Ghana. Ghana ne yomodia. Into ye Christoni na sa wona ye Yesu ana ye Nyankopon na nkofo mienu wagina wenima ubeka kire omo se omo nko heaven ana beka so omo nko hell because they have made 3 statements nyina contradictory. So finally he comes before the ad hoc committee and admits something from the beginning they said would never happen. The president said it, ya nji Ghana sika ya di asase kekema government say oniska bia obedebeshem eye Christendom eye the religious groups eye sorry na betua Oforiataba Parliament or say yes, yeah the seed money be abeshaho and near any Canadian seed money. As some of us say, oba a ye ad hoc committee or so mumbre because we are free contingency fund or the vote to mu at the Ashe Cathedral. Sikano over $100 million. $100 million. You sit here. Okay, tell me more de wabodam. Kwasi afo when I'm do which say you do we want my yanko heaven and I don't want to go to heaven for heaven no. San kwasiafo na medi omwatam akobonsam jema ande nka medi akobonsam jem kwasiafo ye kristoni bible na okuta na osanka ma onyansa. They have played on your conscience. Omo say any Christopher do na jimi enti na ya bedru hande omo say ye kwasiafo. They always just have to quote something from the Bible. They always have to tease you with ye besi nyame asori time akenofori atamba na muni asori amuya asori wom. Time Kenofurata ne Kufuado mba no na sofo panyini wo Ghana ye ntumi nkohia wo Independence Square enya sorry enkosie no. Time na Kufuado be di president Kenofurata mo mba no na sebio Muslimi fo panyini bi wu a ye nya ntumi nkohia as Ghanaians to pray and go bury the person. Why is it that today ye in National Cathedral ne amfa taxpayers money Ghana enkoso mo jimi mo Kristo no mo som le sen? How many people haven't to be buried without National Cathedral? Yeti kromo hano etitira kasifu ewu mietuma ko eya Independence Square yako conference yako State House ako yomo ye short minute ako si yomo. So what is so serious about this cathedral? These people don't want to walk away from it. It is because a cash cow. yetumi tua architect of a cathedral ayensi ye $32 million kwasi ato a woti fosu a also MP Kennedy Japan aboa wo hospital tiles room da aboa ba wo hospitals at tiles room da me no ka say obi ti fotu central ye ti chip compound on to aso no we Kennedy Japan kwasi ampa yi wentumi obi yire wo fosu me no ka say adentira onyeme ye no wentumi anko hu doctor regularly ema wayare awu akora ne so awu nkwasiafo ye agimo na musue nyansa wote kwabre wote asantimemu wote kumase hospitals ultramodern hospitals wo yembie ye kwasia bi na besi ye eternity we sit here emma ewu for all you know anka hospitals wo kumase anka ye bie ni nyina anka ebia guy ya oye kumewudi nka na yire ewu adi na ye jimi sa wan mu na ma ye kwan se ye njimi ye Christopher na ye moa ye impepefo ye moa we need to use our senses. And none of the Ťhè, it is not because say a time will be, it is because the leadership near for this current one. And that is what we keep preaching. When they come on my TV, those sitting on my TV, I don't tell anybody what to say because they know what is right. They know what Ghanaians want to hear. They always feel the pain I'm feeling. So when you see the Pierrots, in Kotomo, Saforo, Ransford Kebuachi, Black Rastamo, Avram Ben Moshe, they feel the same pain rational people feel. It is not out of anything. Ghana for Busia, they want the right thing to be done. The good thing about the majority of the people on the platform, where they have gone, things they've seen, conversations they've had, 90% of you have not had that experience. They just want the right thing to be done. It is not just that Obi. We don't hate anybody. We should be disappointed at each other. Ahemfo, Queen Mothers, Asorin Penifo, we have to be disappointed. We need to bow our heads down in shame. We should be worried. Eden and the Ghana Nib, Etumikowu, Abra Okowu. Are we insane? We have all the opportunities to correct problems. They are there. We should do it. The right thing shouldn't be done. That is why we are here. Menawoka say, a woman is pregnant. She needs to deliver and just have herself and have a baby. They need to survive. The carelessness of a politician. Just to open a chip compound, just to open a clinic. Identity the opponent to see John Muhammad Tenny NDC and when I phone for into hospital there best save Ghana Nina or tell Santimemu amount of power. No, he will never put it to work. Are we insane? Why do we keep these people in power? Why are we not getting these things? These are basic.